What horror story do you have from job you ever had? Horror story from your job? Like maybe I don't really understand this question properly. Because of that, ki basically the question wanted to say is that ki tell me about the horrific experience from the job. Then might be this is kind of like a something really very different. But horrific का मतलब होता है डर. Is it kind of like a something really a डर? No, not really. Is this something that might be better? Let me. आपके पास जो नौकरी थी उसकी कौन सी डरावनी कहानी है? कौन सी डरावनी कहानी है? डरावनी, like basically I don't know why. Like basically if I wanted to say a kind of like a story from my career, what kind of like a story that you are expecting? A story about a weird thing, a story about kind of like a something really important thing, or story which say horrific. लाइक बेसिकली अगर मैं काम कर रहा हूँ और साइड में काम करते एक भूत आ गया, एंड दैट काइंड ऑफ लाइक अ स्टोरी वुड बी अ वेरी हॉरिफिक स्टोरी. और मुझे पता ही नहीं, मैं 5 घंटे काम कर रहा था, फिर उसने लाइक बेसिकली उसने पानी की बोतल मांगी तो मैंने उसको पानी की बोतल दी, एंड देन उस पानी के बॉटल के ऊपर एक खून लगा था, एंड देन आई लुक्ड एट हिम एंड ही वाज लुकिंग एट मी, एंड व्हेन आई सी हिम आई सी द डीमन फेस. और फिर मैं डर गया, फिर आई वाज बिटरली स्केयर्ड, एंड देन आई वोंट बी एबल टू डू माई वर्क. एंड एवरी टाइम आई लुकिंग एट मी, ही वाज लुकिंग एट मी, आई वाज लुकिंग एट हिम, ही वाज लुकिंग एट मी, एंड मेरी गांड फट रही थी. नाइट शिफ्ट थी वहाँ पे. Bunch of people was also there, but I was still screaming, still I don't know, I was so scared, and I wanted to say lots of things about that particular भूत, बट मैं कह नहीं पा रहा था क्योंकि मैं जॉब कर रहा था. I don't know, it was really horrific experience that I have. Like does it actually happen? नहीं. Is this kind of like नहीं हुआ भाई मेरे साथ ऐसा. लाइक आई डोंट नो व्हाई. लाइक हॉरिफाइड एक्सपीरियंस का मतलब क्या होता है? लाइक भूत साइड में आके बैठ गया? नहीं, ऐसा तो कभी नहीं हुआ. मे बी काइंड ऑफ लाइक समथिंग रियली दैट कि छिपकली थी वो एक तरह से तुम्हारे सामने गिर गई एंड आप डर गए. सो दिस वुड बी काइंड ऑफ लाइक हॉरिफिक एक्सपीरियंस. नो, I don't know. Might be this question is actually asking me something really very different. Horrific का मतलब ये नहीं डर. Horrific का मतलब होता है something that we didn't really expect, and this thing happened, and because of this thing, everyone will face some sort of kind of like a something really that कि it's a very horrible thing. Horrible में बहुत ही गलत हो गया ये. So is this kind of like a something really a very horrible thing happened? Yeah. So basically from my point of perspective regarding about the questions wanted to say, horrible का मतलब होता है कि that I just tell you. Okay, so there is a one moment that I could say. Okay, that कि like basically we are actually working on the project. Okay, and we are actually submitting our project to the client. Okay, like in the project we have lots of project, like it's a main project, and then there is a sub project. Okay, sub project means this project and then project and then project. Okay, so basically what is actually happened, when we complete this project we actually send it this file to the our client, and the client found out some sort of kind of like a suggestion or some sort of kind of like he found some sort of mistakes. Okay, when he found that mistake he actually kind of like reconnect us, and he says that this is the mistake that we found. And when such thing happen, like it's not really good na. Like basically like if you are delivered your product to the client, it is really important that ki you should supposed to be kind of like a verify every mistakes. Okay, like if the client found some sort of mistakes, then might be you will not showing the kind of like a something really very good gesture. It's not a very good gesture. Okay, so when the client found some sort of mistakes, then it is really kind of like a something really that key, it's a really wrong thing. Okay, so I was working on that particular project. Okay, and a client found some sort of mistakes. Okay, then client revert back to us and says that ki, this is kind of like a things that we found. Then basically is this thing ki at that time I was like I did my shift. Okay, then I went home. Okay, and then suddenly my manager called. They says that, "Kid, did you work on this project?" I say, "Yes, ma'am. You have to come right here office right now." I was like like, "Ma'am, I've just complete my shift." "No, no," he said, "it's really important, you just have to come here." So I went there office. Okay, after I complete my shift, after 2 hour, I went there, and I found that this is the things. Okay, so I was kind of like some really finding that mistakes, recover those mistakes, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. There is a lot of things. Okay, so problem is not that thing. Problem is that कि मैंने वो सारी चीज़ें कर दी, but problem is that कि the client is actually called us, like client actually mailed कि this is the mistake that we found, this is the image you shouldn't supposed to like अगर अगर मैं किसी बंदे के लिए काम कर रहा हूँ, जस्ट एग्जांपल. ओके, तो अगर वो बंदा मुझे पैसा दे रहा है, तो ऑब्वियसली मैं उसको ऐसा प्रोडक्ट या ऐसी सर्विस दूंगा जो वन ऑफ द बेहतरीन हो ना. ओके, अगर मैं एक तरह से बेड बनाता हूँ या सोफ़ा बनाता हूँ और उसने मुझे करीब सम सर्टन पैसे दिए हैं, तो मैं वो सोफ़ा बिल्कुल एग्जैक्टली जिस तरह से वो चाहता है, मैं उसी तरह से उसको डिलीवर करना चाहूँगा ना. ऐसा तो नहीं कि मैं एक पैर उसमें डालूंगा ही नहीं, समथिंग लाइक दैट. ओके, उससे मेरी बदनामी होगी ना, लाइक अवर माई रेपुटेशन विल गो रॉन्ग. ओके, so this is exactly happened. Okay, because of the client called and because of the client mailed us कि हाँ हाँ ऐसी ऐसी चीज़ हुई है, a company realized that कि this is kind of like a um, some sort of kind of like a something really disrespect नहीं, it's a what is the really word, I'm not really understand. I just says this word. Okay, uh, बदनामी बदनामी हो जाएगी. व्हाट इज दैट वर्ड फॉर बदनामी, आई डोंट नो यार, बट कंपनी की बदनामी है. लाइक बेसिकली क्लाइंट हमें कॉल कर रहा है एंड क्लाइंट इज एक्चुअली, सो इस तरह से हमारी बदनामी हो रही है. सो when this thing is actually happened, our chairman is actually involved in this project. Basically our chairman was actually into that project, like not like from the beginning chairman was not really into, like chairman was not actually kind of like a focus on those small things. But when he know that कि client ने call किया है, then was completely different thing. It was a really horrific experience that कि हमारे client भी अभी, sorry, हमारे chairman भी अभी इस process में involve हो गए regarding about the finding the mistakes and this and that and ये हमारी company की बदनामी है and this shouldn't supposed to be happen again. So we are actually taking the lot of precautions regarding about how do we supposed to submit our project to the client. We actually verify with the multiple peoples and we do this, we do that. It's a kind of like a things. Okay, but dude, problem ये हो गया था ना, like I was working on that project. Like basically मैं अकेला नहीं था. There are also a bunch of people over there. Like almost like a 7 to 8 people was working on that particular project. Okay, so हमारी बहुत ज़्यादा फट गई थी. Like really scared that कि ये कैसे fucked up हो गया. Like it is actually happened. Okay, like basically is this thing कि somehow we work on project, तो हाँ कुछ कुछ गलतियाँ हो जाती है and इट्स इज काइंड ऑफ लाइक बेसिकली आई एम लिटरली स्केयर्ड दैट कि क्या कंपनी मुझे बाहर तो नहीं निकाल देगी. लाइक आई वाज सो स्केयर्ड. लाइक बेसिकली व्हाट इज एक्चुअली हैपेंड. ओके, सो आई वेंट देयर, आई वाज डूइंग फिक्सिंग थिंग्स एंड एवरीथिंग. ओके, बेसिकली किसी को छुट्टी नहीं दी उस शिफ्ट में. लाइक वी आर एक्चुअली वर्किंग ऑन ऑलमोस्ट लाइक एट, वी स्टार्टेड लाइक आई स्टार्टेड वर्किंग एट 7 PM, देन पूरी रात भर, देन दिन में पूरी शिफ्ट करके. लाइक बेसिकली आई वॉज वर्किंग ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर शिफ्ट फॉर मोर देन 12 years, सॉरी मोर देन 12 hours. आई वॉज लाइक मैं दूसरे दिन 9 बजे घर गया. दूसरे दिन 9 बजे यानी ऑलमोस्ट लाइक 14 घंटे. So I was in that particular project for 14 hours and it was really horrific experience. Yeah. But ऐसा like फिर like we took a lot of precautions about how do we supposed to submit our project to the client and this and that. We also take that कि how do we supposed to implement to our employees, और क्या हम करेंगे, किस तरह से करेंगे, this that. We also have kind of like some sort of filtered. Okay, like basically, if we complete the project, then that project is actually filtered by this person, फिर this person verify, फिर ये person verify करेगा, फिर ये person verify करेगा. After complete all those verification regarding about the, we will not found any mistakes and this is the really perfect project, then and only then that project will be delivered by the uh, by the manager. Okay, manager also kind of like a look the final, like he also look the final things कि हाँ final product किस तरह से बना है, and then he delivered to the client. Okay, so it is, and when we took that step, entire process and entire the quality is also really increased regarding about mistakes and things. Yeah, but yeah, when chairman was actually involved in that particular project, तो हाँ मैं मेरी पूरी फट गई थी, लाइक आई वाज लाइक दैट कि शायद मेरी जॉब चली गई, जॉब लाइक आई फेल्ट दैट कि मेरी जॉब चल जाएगी. ओके, but suddenly it didn't really happen that way. Okay, and we figure it out that particular situation, so it is really good. Okay, yeah, this meant to be happen, और ऐसी चीज़ें होती है ऑफिस में. Okay, we should supposed to be aware of that.